Big East Women's Basketball is brought to you by Invesco QQQ, official ETF of the Big East Conference. Ready to brighten an early December day in Cincinnati? Come on inside Xavier's Cintas Center, where we have the Big East Women's Basketball opener between the Creighton Blue Jays and Xavier Musketeers. Mike Schmaltz alongside Rich Hoyt with you this afternoon. And Rich, let's get right to this preseason poll. The UConn Huskies, of course, on top, but a little shift in the top five from previous years.
Well, and you've got Jim Flannery's Creighton team, who we're going to see today right there in that number 2 spot, one of the most experienced teams in the Big East Conference, and they look to be at the top all season long.
Blue Jays come in on a tough stretch. It's their 5th game in 13 days. They've won 4 in a row, however. And the Xavier Musketeers coming off a tough loss at Eastern Michigan. They led by 20, dropped that decision over the weekend. Yeah,
Jim Flannery wanted to test his team early on in the non-conference play. He's done that. They've dropped 2 games, but going into Big East play today against Xavier, coming off that loss to Eastern Michigan where they led by 20 points at halftime. But this Xavier team is much improved, both statistically, offensively, defensively, and then also in the win column this year.
Let's get a look at this afternoon's impact players for the Creighton Blue Jays, one of the elite scorers in the league.
Yeah, Lauren Jensen, big-time player, second in the Big East in scoring, and also a 2-time Big East performer during her career.
And Rich, you mentioned new players here for the Xavier Musketeers, 10 of them, in fact, for Billy Chambers in her second season. One of them, Mary Canerva, the fabulous Finnish freshman.
Yeah, Mary Canerva, a long line of Finnish players that have come to play at Xavier. She's coming off of a career-high 17 points against Eastern Michigan on Sunday.
Look at those 5 double-figure scoring games early in the season. Canerva finding her way here early for the Xavier Musketeers. The Blue Blob is ready to pump up 4,200 elementary and middle school students here. Carly Berger, the assistant for Creighton, getting into the act. Musketeers trying to fill it up here against a potent Blue Jay team. We'll have the tip next on Flo Sports and the Big East Digital Network.
To run from it, or, let's not talk about the tournament. Why? You have to be fearless. This is about making a tournament.
Next section. Move it.
A total commitment by everybody. A total commitment by everybody. Trying to be a part of something that's bigger than yourself. All in.
What is it?
The bus is leaving in 5 minutes.
All right, fine, I'll be out in a second.
You scared the gigabytes out of me.
I scared you.
The future isn't scary. Not investing in it is. 100 innovative companies, 1 ETF.
I think I might have oiled myself.
Before investing, carefully read and consider fund investment objectives, risks, charges, expenses, and more in prospectus at Invesco.com.
West Virginia. B.J. Raymond made 2 shots, a 3-pointer on the right wing on a pass that came from the other side of the court on an inbounds play. Then he had a shot, which, big photograph of it, where B.J. Raymond was open at the top of the key. Well, B.J. gets open, and you can see him start to coil for the shot.
Because I want to, but don't make me, because it will turn into Mamba mentality out here.
You said, what did you say at the time?
I said, do it, BJ, do it.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
that's your go-to, it looks like.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that looks like that's chicken dinner right there. That's
Look at Joe Sunderman over here.
He's excited.
I think this is the shot against West Virginia to go to the Elite Eight.
Xavier beats West Virginia, and they advance to the Elite Eight. I actually have a photograph in my office at home of Byron and myself in the background with BJ taking one of those 2 shots.
Your reaction right behind is just iconic.
Onions.
With steady wings, Blue Jays fly. With bright minds and curious hearts, they discover their path and soar to new heights. They uncover new research and explore new horizons. At Creighton University, Blue Jays find their perch side by side and take flight, ready to lead the world around them.
Moments away from the first tip of the Big East women's basketball season in front of 4,200 elementary students here in Xavier Cintas Center. Let's get a look at the starting lineups for the Creighton Blue Jays.
Well, Mike, for Creighton, an extremely experienced team. It starts with Lauren Jensen and Morgan Molly, and throwing Mallory Brake and Molly Mogensen. Those are the 4 returning starters. Kiani Lockett has entered that starting lineup this year for Jim Flannery's team. She's playing it at a high level herself.
4 starters returning from last season, 26-16, and went 15-3 in the Big East. That was good for second place. And for the Xavier Musketeers, Lauren Christie providing an inside presence the Musketeers haven't had in previous seasons. And Taylor Purvis, one of the elite defenders in this league. She's second in the conference with 23 steals already.
Yeah, and then you throw in Mary Canerva there as a prominent freshman, one of the better freshmen in the Big East Conference, the start that she's gotten this year. And the job that Billy Chambers is doing this season continues to build on what she has had over the last couple.
Creighton on its 5th game in 13 days. And again, it is 10 a.m. in beautiful Omaha, Nebraska, 11 a.m. here in Cincinnati. Creighton coming off an 81-59 road win against Tulsa on Sunday. Here's the Blue Jay Bastions, Rich, and these are consecutive starts for this old group here for Jim Flannery.
Yeah, you do not see this in today's age of college athletics with the NIL, the portal, and so forth. Jim Flannery certainly has some continuity with this team.
And those are all updated stats as of today. So how about the veteran group that Jim Flannery has been able to put together? A lot of continuity on this Blue Jay team. Creighton in its signature royal blue on the road. The Musketeers in the home white, trimmed in blue. Our officials today, Jeffrey Smith, Julie Commonhoke, and Linda Miles. Big East season is underway, and a steal right off the bat for Lauren Jensen after the Musketeers win the tip.
You see Creighton spread it out, look to drive it, kick it. They shoot it very well from the perimeter.
Drive inside, good dump to the block, and that is an offensive foul. And that is one of the signatures of Billy Chambers' coaching foundation. They want to take a lot of charges and get some free possessions. They got the foul there against Kiani Lockett.
Yeah, Lauren Christie did a nice job of stepping over, taking that charge.
Lockett's a junior, new to this starting lineup. Emma Ronsick, the sort of versatile post for the Creighton Blue Jays the past couple of seasons. Taking her graduate year to play with her sister out of Colorado State. Well, that's the really only loss to this starting lineup for Jim Flannery this season. They've been on a whirlwind to start this season.
It's a big loss, but nonetheless, Jim Flannery still has a lot of talent. Shot clock.
Lauren Christie, 2 to shoot. Christie off balance, that one off the side of the backboard, and the rebound collected by Morgan Molly. Up for Molly Mogensen, good three-point shooter. Jensen going inside, trying to find Mallory Brake, and that ball out of bounds comes back to the Musketeers.
Mike, you mentioned it's 10 a.m. in Omaha right now, but when you have an experienced team like Creighton does, you know, it's usually all business. You wake up in the morning and you've been through this before. You know how to play any time of the day.
Xavier trying to establish its defense in this ball game, make Creighton uncomfortable, and right now it's a scoreless game. About a minute and a half in, so advantage Musketeers there, but a turnover. Mallory Brick comes up with a nice steal and gets it up for Kiani Lockett. Jensen guarded over there by Irene Oria. It's a little longer Musketeer team this season. You've been following along in the Big East. Contact on the baseline.
Say it was out of bounds.
And it is out of bounds.
Take a look. Looked like Christie got her hand on it.
15 to shoot now for the Blue Jays. There's Jim Flannery, 23rd season, 432 and 270. 7 NCAA tournaments, made the second round last season. Ball off the rim and over the backboard, and it goes back to the Musketeers.
That was a good look for Creighton. Lockett wide open, and she inbounded it, just popped to the corner. Taylor Purvis didn't go with her.
Mary Canerva controlling here for the Musketeers. Canerva from Espoo, Finland. Ball inside for Taylor Purvis. She's covered up. Good ball movement. They find Canerva for the first 3 of the afternoon.
Nice ball movement by the Musketeers. They're going to pick up full court pressure. I think this is really important that they find a way to disrupt Creighton defensively today.
Jensen inside. This time they find Break for the layup.
Nice job of Creighton of getting the ball to the middle of that zone pressure, getting an easy one.
Lauren Jensen known for her shooting, but she does come into today averaging 4 assists a ball game, and there was her first one of the afternoon. Or morning, I should say. We've got a whole 52 minutes before we hit noon. Ball goes inside. That is off Kanerva, and it goes back to the Creighton Blue Jays.
See that pressure again by Xavier. They've used this in the early part of the non-conference season effectively. They're forcing over 21 turnovers per game.
Musketeers have turned it over 3 times. The Blue Jays 2 here early. Pressure there, handled well by the Creighton Blue Jays. This is Molly Mogensen. Mid-range short, Taylor Purvis away with a rebound. And back for Mary Kanerva. Kanerva finds a lane to Lauren Christie. Musketeers want to see Lauren Christie get more aggressive early. I think there's a lot of scoring potential with her this season. So foul on the floor, that's going to go against the Creighton Blue Jays and Molly Mogensen.
Yeah, you could see Xavier fortunate there. Christie didn't carve out enough space to come up with that and had the wherewithal to track it down though and force the foul.
Mogensen comes out, Kennedy Townsend in, averaging 7 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist a game. She's a junior here for this Creighton squad. Petra Oborolova handles up top. Ball inside. It is stolen away by Kennedy Townsend. Townsend's 3rd steal of the season. There's Taylor Purvis with that long reach poking it away. Plenty of time here for the Blue Jays. Kick off to the wing. Morgan Molly cut off on the baseline. Inside for Break, and Break goes up through some contact. Going to go against Taylor Purvis for the Musketeers.
It's a really nice cut by Break, just popping to just underneath that free throw line to catch that pass.
First Xavier foul in the afternoon. That sends Mallory Break to the free throw line. 0 for 1 so far this season. Shot is up and good. Mallory Break coming off an 11-point effort against Tulsa. She's had 2 double-figure scoring efforts this season. She had a nice 58% from the field.
We saw Mallory Break have her career high, 17 points here at Xavier last season, back on February 6th.
1-point Creighton lead. Musketeers trying to respond. Break with a steal. In open space, Purvis knocks it away, saves the shot, at least for the moment. Ball out of bounds. It stays with Creighton. Purvis with that long reach for the Musketeers. She's listed at 5'7", but it's a good 6-7 foot wide wingspan for Purvis.
She did a nice job tracking down that ball, not giving up on it.
3 away for Townsend, floats through.
Kennedy Townsend, she played her best against her best opponent this year at Kansas State. 15 points, a career high.
Creighton dropped that decision, number 10 Kansas State, but then came back with a victory over number 21 Nebraska. That's a 3 for Taylor Purvis, and Purvis not known for scoring, averaging just 6 points a game, but that was her 3rd 3 in her 6th attempt this season. Inside for Morgan Molly over Christie. Ball is short.
And that possession right there is what Billy Chambers wants. Speed Creighton up, force them into an uncomfortable shot.
Kanerva controls on the wing. You can hear the elementary school students here this afternoon. 4,200 strong, reacting to these shots and rebounds. Christie inside, gets that one to go. That one over Townsend.
Christie's length really just willed that one in.
Xavier back to the lead. Purvis almost comes up with a steal. Lauren Jensen gets it up for Mallory Break. Good rotation. Townsend again for 3. Lauren Christie down with the rebound. Kanerva finding room back for Purvis. Ball fake and took the extra step. Xavier sending Ajanique Mayo into the game for the first time today. Mayo averaging 7 points, 3 rebounds. as that comes up to a timeout here on the floor. Tight one early between the Musketeers and Blue Jays. Back at Xavier's Cintas Center, an exuberant crowd of 4,200 elementary and middle school students on hand here today for the Big East women's basketball opener. And right now, the Xavier Musketeers are 3 for their last 3 from the floor. They're leading 8-7.
Yeah, a really competitive basketball game so far, Mike. I think Xavier really competing, particularly at the defensive end. Creighton cold to start the game.
I told you about Ajanique Mayo, just checked into the ballgame. 7 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist this season. She was on the all-freshman team in the Big East last year and came out a little bit cold this season. Averaged 10 points and 2 rebounds a game a season ago, and that was through 25 games. She was eligible in December last year. Interesting story, she was at Marquette initially, went back to home, closer to home, to Iona, where Billy Chambers, the current Musketeer coach, was at the time. Billy Chambers comes to Xavier. Ajanique Mayo follows and maintained her eligibility, got through last year and played 25 games.
Yeah, and I think she has continued to improve and get better. And, of course, she started that first game for the Musketeers. Struggled in that one. Hasn't started since, but has been playing starter minutes again these last 3 games. She had 10 points at Kent State and then 15 points at Eastern Michigan on Sunday.
She was 37% from the field last season, now off to a 23% start this season. And talking with Billy Chambers yesterday, you look at Lauren Christie, you look at Mary Canerva, and you look at Ajanique Mayo, and that could really be a nice trio of scores that you can rely on. There's just been some inconsistency in that group all around.
Well, you got to start with guards if you're going to be successful, and you got young guards are going to make mistakes. You got the ball in your hands as much as they do.
Musketeers continue the smothering defense. Jensen gets away and knocks it in from the elbow.
Jim Flannery talked to me about how that part of her game has really improved. She can really score around the basket.
First 2 for Lauren Jensen. Preseason All Big East first teamer a season ago. Mayo inside in traffic, too strong off the backboard, and Jensen rips down a rebound. Jensen into today averaging 21 points a ball game. She's had 6 double-figure scoring efforts, and her last one was her 90th for her career. What a season. What a career with Creighton.
Xavier is extremely active, especially on the ball.
5 to shoot, break for 3, got it.
It looks like Xavier's content letting Mallory break, shoot that shot, and Creighton got into a late shot clock situation, and Break was able to knock it down.
Break now 3 for 3 for the season from 3-point range. Getting there, but controls up top for the Musketeers, 13 to shoot. Ball goes inside, and they call a travel there on Lauren Christie. And Xavier now has committed its 7th turnover. 7 points off for the Creighton Blue Jays. That's been a sticking point for the Musketeers as well in previous seasons. A very high number of turnovers. Average high teens, middle 20s at times. Break to the elbow. Kick out. That's Jamie Horan, the grad student. Ball goes inside. It's a timeout here for the Xavier Musketeers. So Billy Chambers starting to sense this Creighton momentum with Mallory Brake laying it in. Brake with 9 points early, and Creighton starting to pull away. They lead 14-8.
Well, you can see on that play, too, Xavier content giving Mallory Brake the perimeter jump shot, but Brake was able to slide right past Lauren Christie. Lauren Christie completely lost her. You do have to guard Brake around the basket.
Creighton now on a 7-0 run over a little less than 90 seconds. 3 for their last 3, and Xavier in a 2-minute scoring drought. Musketeers trying to punch their way into the Big East victory column for the first time in now 42 contests. Xavier was 0 for 18 in the conference last season. And there's Jim Flannery. Great job leading this program, and the consistency has been evident last season. 26-6, 22-23. They were 22-9, 15-5 in the Big East. It's the old adage, Rich, get old and stay old, and he's been able to retain the core of his talent through the past 5 seasons.
Yeah, he really has. He's built quite a program at Creighton.
Julia Garcia Rives, the sophomore from Spain, lays it in for the Musketeers. She's been able to provide some spark for Xavier off the bench. Jensen into a double team. Mogensen over for Horan. Shot doesn't go. Canerva down with a rebound. Christie going inside, working on Horan. Dips in. Too strong. Miss a layup. Got her own rebound. Goes back up, and I'm calling an offensive foul against Lauren Christie. That's her first.
With that foul, that's the 8th turnover now for the Musketeers. Christie misses that first, stays with it, just trying to carve out space. Really didn't have anywhere to go.
2 team fouls now for the Musketeers. Matches the Creighton total.
You can see Christie break back up with Mallory Brake.
Caught a travel there on Mogensen coming out of the corner. We've seen some tight travel calls early in this season.
Yeah, it's definitely a point of emphasis.
Julia Garcia Rives controlling here for the Musketeers. Averaging 6 points, 2 rebounds, and assists a ball game. Second season at Xavier. One of 6 returnees on this Musketeer roster. Dive inside there for Christie, and a nice layup under control with the left hand.
Really nice move. Anytime you can start on one side of that lane and get to the other side, you're usually going to be able to get past your defender.
Musketeers within 2. Kennedy Townsend driving, kicks it out for Mogensen. Inside again, break this time from the right side. Missed the first, got her own rebound. Blocked on the second, got a rebound again. Christie goes over the top, and there's a foul inside.
They're going to call that one on Christie. No?
What's going against Angelique Mayo, who's down there on the baseline. See that reaching right there.
Okay.
It's the 3rd now for the Musketeers. A minute 28 to go, and Mallory Brake back to the free throw line, where she's 2 for 2, 9 points to lead all scorers here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Mallory Brake has played extremely well in this first quarter. She's kind of taken what Xavier's defense has given her.
Brake connects. Substitution here for the Creighton Blue Jays. Morgan Malley returns for Jim Flannery. So those 2 free throws for Mallory Brake.
See Creighton show a little bit of pressure. Now they'll back off of it.
Garcia Raj controls out front. Angelique Mayo, Canerva, Petro Borilova, and now Daniela Lopez here for Xavier. Lopez was a fantastic steadying force last year for Xavier. in this Princeton-style offense. Canerva, good look from three. Quick release, can't get it to go. Rebound off for Lauren Jensen.
Canerva's got a good-looking shot. Gets those feet ready quickly.
Creighton pushes. Three is away. That's good for the left-hander, Morgan Molly.
Morgan Molly's got a good-looking shot, too. One of the top three-point shooters in the Big East Conference. She's 8 for 9, her last 9 from 3 going into the game today. We got a charge.
Going to the baseline there for the Musketeers on the drive. Charge picked up by Lauren Jensen. Jensen doing it on the defensive end well today. A couple of rebounds in the mix. She is 1 for 1 from the floor, so Xavier's done a nice job tracking her.
Nice ball movement by the Musketeers.
Canerva with 3 points, 1 for 2 from the floor. Bullock fouls for Keani Lockett. Quick threes away there for Jensen, won't go. Oborolova had a shot at the rebound, it deflects off, and Taylor Purvis comes up with it for Xavier. In transition, Mayo short. Might have been blocked there by Morgan Molly.
Jim Flannery wants just one shot. I thought maybe Xavier should have settled for one, not giving Creighton an opportunity to get the ball back.
Jensen working on Mayo near midcourt. Strong drop for Jensen, got contact there from Oborolova, and she'll pick up the foul.
That's a tough call for Xavier. A little bit of contact on the floor there. Oborolova.
Lauren Jensen took a hard fall there. Kind of landed fully on her back. Which you might remember the old Nesty plunge. That reminded me of that.
I'm sure none of these kids, these 4,200 grade school kids remember that.
They're big fans of the Nesty if it's an energy drink. So Jensen at the free throw line. She's 94% for the season. 2 points today. Jensen, a magnificent career. She was part of the Iowa recruiting class with one Caitlin Clark, and as you pointed out yesterday, maybe that precipitated Lauren Jensen kind of moving on and trying to find some playing time elsewhere. She's found a great home with Creighton.
I would say that was a pretty good recruiting class, at least.
Yeah, how'd you like to have both of them on the court at the same time? Or even just be able to rotate them through.
Yeah. That was, of course, the COVID year when they came in and another situation.
Jensen from Ridgeville, Minnesota. Time will expire here in the first, and the Creighton Blue Jays on a 7-0 run over a minute 28. They pulled away to a 21-12 lead after one.
How's it going, man? Good morning. I'm having an appointment with Allison.
You to put all your great experiences and information on here, as well as our career guide.
Thank you. All right.
Oh, he still got it. No, get out of here.
Mike Schmaltz and Rich Hoyt back with you for the Big East women's basketball season opener. 4,200 middle school and grade school students on hand here making a lot of noise. It sounds like a Taylor Swift concert in here. These two teams have been able to concentrate so far. Creighton on a run there. 21-12 now the lead after 1 quarter of play. And let's take a look at this Musketeer improvement from last season to this season. First, we'll start with the defense.
Yeah, I talked to the Open about how improved statistically Xavier is. You look at the point differential, from last year to this year, big improvement. They're limiting their opponent's field goal percentage as well. And the points for 100 possessions is way down. Now, they haven't faced the gauntlet of the Big East Conference yet, but you can already tell the differences, the improvement that this team's made. And then you look at the offense, the field goal percentage is up, and in particular the 2-point field goal percentage, shooting almost 50% now from 2. The 3-point field goal percentage is about where it was, so there's still some work to do in that department, but just a lot more efficiency out of the Xavier offense this season.
Today, the Musketeers down 9, but shooting 50% from the floor and 67% from 3-point range. Mentioned the Musketeers are 0 for 41 in Big East play in the last 2 seasons. That includes Big East championship tournament games. Their last victory in the conference, Rich, was back in February of 2022, 73-54 at Butler. That has been 2 years, 9 months, and 14 days. Now, that's all calendar days. That's not playing days. So it's a little bit less than that, but still it's been a drought, and Billy Chambers trying to change all that this season.
Yeah, and they're gonna win games, I think, in the Big East Conference this year. It's gonna happen. This team's, I think, a lot more talented, and I think they're just playing harder as well. You can see it at the defensive end.
Purvis retains possession here for the Musketeers, and now 15 to shoot for Mary Canerva. She controls in front of Jensen. Petra Borlova could look at a 3. That won't go. Nice rebound down for Morgan Molly inside. Molly averaging 18 points, 4 rebounds a game coming into today. That was her second board.
This is a key stretch for Xavier.
Molly strong inside, took it right to the rim.
Yeah, nice action by Creighton to get Morgan Molly isolated in the low post, and she just goes to that left shoulder.
Lauren Christie inside, going to try the reverse. That's left short. Good defense down there by Brooke Luttrell, a grad student, transfer in from Central Missouri. Luttrell driving inside, throws it, tries to throw it out, and she'll pick up an offensive foul. Taylor Purvis establishing position, and the Musketeers get it back.
Nice job by Purvis sliding over and taking that one.
5 turnovers now for the Creighton Blue Jays. Musketeers have committed 9, and Creighton scored 9 off those miscues.
Yeah, this is a Creighton team that characteristically does not turn the ball over. You would think so with his experiences that they are.
Good drive for Mayo. The layup is off the front of the rim, however. Molly rips down the rebound, and Jensen out in transition. Nice cross-court pass there for Mogensen. Jensen finds a lane, lays it in.
No help there on one of the top players in the Big East Conference on the drive. Got to give a little bit of help. Got to respect her game wherever she is.
13-point lead is Creighton's largest of the afternoon. Turn around there for Christie off the front of the rim. Rebound again down for Mogensen.
Lauren Christie's got to be a lot more physical on her finish.
Luttrell on the wing, cross-court pass here for Kiani Lockett. Kick out, 3 away, that one short from Luttrell. Picked up by Mogensen, and she'll not get in from the elbow.
Xavier done a very good job of cleaning up the rebounds. That's another area where they've really improved is the rebound, especially the defensive end. Not that particular possession.
3 straight baskets now for Creighton to start this second quarter. Musketeers trying to go backdoor there for Irene Oreo. Kick it out to Canerva, finds a lane. Canerva drives it aggressively, gets the bucket and the contact.
Really like the game of Canerva. She can shoot it and put it on the floor. Reminds me of another Finnish point guard that the Musketeers had a couple decades back, as you see Canerva on the finish, and one Retta Papari. Part of an Elite 8. Led the Musketeers in 2001.
He's a fantastic 3-point shooter. Very versatile for the Musketeers. All started with your old buddy, Taru Tukkanen. here at Xavier. The first Finnish players recruited by Mark Ewan at the time.
Peru's still playing. She
played actually with Mary Kanerva in the Finnish Cup, and they won gold.
Yeah, and
nice full circle moment for the Musketeers in Finland. Here's break out of a double team. Good look there. The three is away, and it's good for Keani Lockett. Good look inside. Morgan Molly with a nice dish.
Creighton makes Xavier pay for that full court pressure.
Ball goes inside. They're looking for Lauren Christie. It was knocked away, but a foul coming here against the Blue Jays.
Xavier was fortunate on that possession. Again, a couple times they've thrown the ball into Christie. They've thrown it towards the defense's side. You've got to throw that ball, even if it's a bounce pass, throw it away from the defense.
That one against Lockett, it was the Blue Jays' third of the quarter. Christie goes inside, break extinguishes that, and Morgan Molly comes up with a loose ball.
That's terrific defense by Break. She's had a wonderful first half, both ends of the floor.
Creighton finding rhythm here offensively. Great ball movement. Jensen to the corner. Three away there for Lockett off the back of the rim. Nice rebound. Back out for Jensen. Wide open, and she'll drain that 9 times out of 9.
Well, Creighton's just beating Xavier on the boards right now.
The drive inside for Kanerva, too strong. And Creighton away with another rebound. Rebound advantage now 15-6 for the Blue Jays.
And it was a small margin at the end of the first quarter. A lot of that damage has been done here in the second quarter.
Creighton's starting to get tuned up here at 10:34 a.m. Blue Jay time. Ball inside, ball off for Break. Nobody covered her. Break had plenty of time to collect and got a wide open shot from the elbow. And that'll be a timeout here for the Musketeers with 5:56 to go in the second quarter. Creighton starting to tune it up here in Cincinnati in the Big East Women's Opener. 8-0 run over a minute 18. They lead 35-14. Lauren Jensen rolling to the bucket. Back at Xavier's Cintas Center, the Big East Women's Basketball Opener for the 24-25 season. The Creighton Blue Jays on an early morning wake-up call. You gotta understand, Creighton played in Tulsa, Oklahoma on Sunday. They had yesterday and Monday off, but traveled yesterday, got in here about 9 p.m. A little bit of a slow start for Creighton, but not really. They are off to a 35-14 lead. They're 6 of 8 here to start the second quarter.
Yeah, offensively, they did get off to a little bit of a slow start. But they have been terrific here in the second quarter. 14-2, they lead the Musketeers in the quarter, and that offensive outburst. They're up to 55%. Shooting from the field, 5 out of 11 from 3, doing what they do best.
And you take a look at this series, Creighton leading at 19-2. They've won 15 straight. The last Xavier win here, I believe, Rich, we had that game, 57-55. It was February the 7th of 2016. And one, Jenna Creighton had hit a last-second shot for the Musketeers for the 2-point win. Remember that?
We've done so many of these games, but I don't remember.
Yeah, there is
one.
a little dust on the bottle there, but I thought about that last night.
Man, so that was
it's been a minute.
9 seasons ago?
Been a minute. It's a miss there from Kennedy Townsend. Musketeers pick up the rebound with Daniela Lopez. She's got it now and kicks it to Taylor Purvis in the corner.
Jenna Crittenden was a competitor.
Ryle High School Raider from Northern Kentucky. Petra Borlova going inside. Irene Oreo left it short. Got her own rebound. She is in trouble there on the block, and they'll call a held ball. That stays with Xavier.
Nice hustle by the Musketeers there. Get an extra possession out of it.
Oreo gets sandwiched in there, down on the block.
It's a good one, Mike. Really clever. You worked on that one the whole last few days, haven't you?
All 30 seconds of it. Here's Daniela Lopez. Guarded out front by Lauren Jensen. Oreo going to take it strong. Had it blocked by Break. Comes out of there with Morgan Molly. And in the open court, it'll be an offensive foul. Nice job by Mary Canerva, but she took some heavy contact there from Allison Heathcock, 6'1" freshman from Edmond, Oklahoma, who's in for the first time. And Heathcock going to come out now as Molly Mogensen traverses back onto the court.
That's 3 charges now that Xavier has taken in this first half. Got to give the Musketeers credit for being in the right place, right time in those situations. 6 turnovers now for Creighton.
Going to look there at Billy Chambers in her second season. 1 victory last year, already off to a 4-3 start.
She got after her team a little bit after that loss on Sunday, just in how they lost despite the inexperience. She's like, nice move there.
Good job by Christie to get that one over Kennedy Townsend. And Rich, she used the word livid.
Yeah.
Because they strayed from the defensive principles. You can already see them draw some charges that turn into free possessions, essentially. And you get your other team in foul trouble. Good 3 there from Mogensen. That's off the rim. Christie comes down with a rebound.
What I've been impressed with Chambers is her patience as she rebuilds this program.
Canerva looking for a 3. That off the mark. Right to Lauren Jensen. Passes out of a double team, and Creighton quickly across midcourt with Molly Mogensen. Ball inside.
Nice
Jensen,
pass.
beautiful look. She got around Christie and lays it in.
Nice pass and a nice cut. It's prototypical Creighton Blue Jays basketball right there.
11 now for Jensen. She's 4 for 5. Second leading scorer in the game behind Mallory Brake, who has 13. Lopez in traffic. Out for Canerva. Christie back for Canerva. Reversal here for Purvis. They'll try a 3. That one off the mark. Christie battling for the rebound.
She was held.
Whistle, and it will go against the Creighton Blue Jays.
It was on break.
That's Mallory Brake's second, and that's 5 now for Creighton. So with 3:15 to go, should see the Musketeers shooting here.
Got to give Christie credit for hitting the boards. Her effort is there. 5 rebounds in the game already.
Billy Chambers trying to get Lauren Christie to be more aggressive inside. I think she can play a little bit more downhill. Assert herself. Missed that free throw there. She's at 6'3". She's from London, England. Barking Abbey. She comes to Xavier by way of Buffalo and San Francisco. You see Jim Flannery with a little smile on his face here early in the morning. What if you had to remind Coach Flannery what city he was in today? Because it has been a whirlwind. They went to Destin, Florida. Won a multiple team event there against Wichita State and Syracuse. Then came right back and went to Oklahoma, Tulsa for Sunday's game.
Yeah, they're going like 4 weeks in between home games.
Good pull up there. Travel not affecting Molly Mogensen.
This is a business as usual team.
Purvis going to try another three, and that one's good. But Taylor Purvis breaks a 12-2 run for the Creighton Blue Jays. Mogensen, baseline. Jensen pulls up. Left that one short. Christie off for the rebound. Musketeers a chance to fight back here with a couple minutes left in the second quarter. Going inside, good mismatch there for the Musketeers. Christie goes up and stripped by Jensen, stolen. And the Blue Jays get it back. Keani Lockett working across with Molly Mogensen. Jensen thought about a three, passed out of it. Jensen on the wing, ball fake, beautiful drive, kick to the corner, three's away for break short.
But Jensen looks gassed right now too. Xavier might be able to get an easy one here.
Mayo cut off in transition. Good work there by Mogensen and Keani Lockett. Three for Purvis, little heat check, that one off the mark. Miss there for Creighton, collected by Lauren Christie.
Billy Chambers.
Both teams starting to show a little wind here.
Yeah, we've been getting up and down the floor with no stoppage for quite a while now.
Canerva trying to work off a screen there from Christie. Dumps it into Christie, cut off baseline. Nice tie up down there. Keani Lockett gets in. And the arrow pointing the way of the Blue Jays. Julia Garcia-Raj comes on for the Musketeers. Elizabeth Gentry, a freshman, 6'3" from Littleton, Colorado. Makes her fourth appearance of the season here for the Blue Jays. Jim Flannery going to rest some legs here with a 20-point lead and a minute to go here in the second quarter.
Xavier's going to pick up full court. It's a 1-2-2 full court.
Here's Lauren Jensen controlling. 15 on the shot clock. Pull it there for Jensen. Perfect from the wing, a three.
Jensen's really had a nice quarter. They now got 14 for the game.
2 for 3 from three-point range. Purvis, pass too strong, trying to get it out on the wing to Julia Garcia-Raj. Good defense down there from Lauren Jensen just to get the hands up, but didn't make contact.
I didn't like the angle that time on that pass. And normally you want somebody down there in that corner. It'll flatten the defense out and usually leave that slot area open for that pass to get there.
Sydney Galladay, grad student from Division III Fort Hays State, into the lineup now for Lauren Jensen for the Blue Jays for these final 20 seconds. Shot clock is off. Lockett working on Purvis. Pick up top, fake for Horan, steps to the free throw line, extended, won't go. Purvis away with a rebound. Musketeers have time. Canerva, good look at a three off the front of the rim, and that'll expire time here in the first half. Creighton Blue Jays outscored Xavier 21-7 in the second quarter, and they will take a comfortable morning lead of 42-19 into the half.
Yeah, the Blue Jays are getting it done inside and out. Got hot in that second quarter. They lead big at halftime.
I'm from Boston, Massachusetts.
Milano, Italy.
Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
St. Louis, Missouri.
Abuja, Nigeria.
And I chose
I chose Xavier University
for its education, more opportunities.
for passion.
Because it felt like home. The community. Campus life.
D1 basketball.
Because I love Cincinnati.
I came here
To be a Musketeer. I am.
I am.
I am.
And we are the faces of Xavier.
Amelia, turn off alarm. Amelia, weather.
70 degrees and sunny today.
Amelia, unlock the door.
I'm afraid I can't do that, Jen.
Why not?
Did you forget something?
My protein shake.
The future isn't scary. Not investing in it is.
You're so dramatic, Amelia.
Bye, Jen.
100 innovative companies, one ETF. Before investing, carefully read and consider fund investment objectives, risks, charges, expenses, and more in prospectus at Invesco.com.
Back at Xavier's Cintas Center, Mike Schmaltz, Rich Hoyt. Rich, you want to entertain a group of 4,200 grade school students? You bring Frisbee dogs. Frisbee dogs entertain the adults, but they're going nuts for this halftime act.
Yeah, bring a dog and throw some Frisbees in, and it's happiness for everybody.
I don't know what that dog's name is, but we could call it Jensen for Lauren Jensen, who's got 14 points here for the Blue Jays in the first half. Musketeers shot 50% in the opening quarter. They went 3 for 17 in the second quarter, and the Blue Jays took advantage.
Yeah, I really thought that Creighton's defensive effort improved in the second quarter. They did a nice job of guarding around the rim as well. You know, I think Xavier's gotten the ball in some spots where they could score. They've missed a couple layups. Lauren Christie has missed a couple easy shots as well, and she's been well contested.
Let's take a look at some first half highlights. And it got going early for the Musketeers from three. Mary Canaveral was able to drain it. But Creighton answered back. They went 6 for 16 from three in that first half.
Yeah, and they didn't shoot the ball, out of this world. We've seen Creighton shoot the ball better at times, but once they kind of figured out what Xavier's defensive game plan was, they really took advantage of it. I thought Mallory Brake did a really nice job getting them going in the first quarter, and then Jensen I thought was terrific in the second quarter.
Brake ends the first half with 13 points on 4 of 7 shooting. And Lauren Jensen really showed some versatility in that half. We saw her drive, we saw her make some steals, had some rebounds. Molly Mogensen cleaning up a rebound there and knocking it in.
Yeah, we know Jensen can really shoot the basketball from 3, but she can really finish around the rim as well.
Musketeers took 9 3-point attempts in that first half of the 27 field goals. I think that's too many for Billy Chambers. We'll see if she changes that up here, but you see some dominating statistics here for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, and you mentioned Xavier, 50% in the first quarter from the field. Now they're at 30% for the game. That tells you how much they struggled in the second quarter. 12 turnovers, I think, are really some empty possessions for Xavier in that situation. And then, it's a 6-0 advantage at the free throw line for the Blue Jays.
14 points off those 12 Xavier turnovers for the Creighton Blue Jays. So, Rich, adjustments here for the second half for both sides.
Well, I think for Xavier, I think you got to continue doing what you tried to do in the first half. I think try to disrupt them a little bit, maybe pick up some full court pressure. Again, show it in doses, but I think they've got to move the ball a little bit at the offensive end to try to get some better shots. For Creighton, I think they settled in that second quarter. They started really moving the ball. They got comfortable against the pressure from Xavier as well, and they were able to take advantage of it.
Halftime almost came too soon for the Creighton Blue Jays. They outscored Xavier 21-7 in that second quarter. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more here at the half. The Creighton Blue Jays up over the Xavier Musketeers.
I'm going to tell you something. There's more out there. More tough questions, more insatiable curiosity, more this, more wins, more championships, more hope, love, and care. More you, more us together. And when you follow your gut, you become more. And more is more than you ever thought possible. Welcome to Xavier.
How's it going, man? Good morning. I have an appointment with Allison.
You to put all your great experiences and information on here, as well as our career guide.
Thank you. All right.
Oh, he still got it. No, get out of here.
What is it that I can do to teach better, to practice better, to get that player to do that one thing? Rising to the challenges, you rise to your preparation. And, okay, so how do you prepare? Fight to win. Give everything that you have from a competitive fire, competitive spirit level. When it all ends, I did everything that I can.
Mike Schmaltz in the voluminous basketball mind, possessed only by one. Rich Hoyt with you this afternoon. The Big East Women's Basketball Conference opener in Creighton got to a 42-19 lead. We get ready to start the third quarter. Creighton, through its tenure here in the Big East, 8-3 in its conference openers. They lost last year's, actually, to Marquette, who was number 19 in the country at the time, just by 6, 70-76. But prior to that, in a nice winning streak, 7 in a row for the Blue Jays, and they did win their inaugural conference game back in 2013-14, December the 28th versus Villanova, 65-58.
Well, and of course, 2 seasons ago, their Big East opener was right here at the Cintas Center. It was on Black Friday, November 25th. They won that game against Xavier 57-51, and as I remembered from that game, it was a very uncharacteristic Creighton performance in the way they shot the ball. They were 4 for 24 from 3. They are not that poor today, just 17% in that game. I went back and I looked at the box score of that game, Mike. Out of the 9 players that played in that game 2 years ago, 7 of them are still on the roster. Just amazing continuity by Jim Flannery.
It is still morning in Omaha as we get ready to start our third quarter. A little scramble there. Musketeers able to retain possession. The early morning start, 10 o'clock Blue Jay time, has not affected this team in the least. Maybe a little slow start in the opening minutes. Creighton really found some rhythm in that second quarter. This will be a held ball. And it goes to the Creighton Blue Jays.
Xavier's got to make sure they take care of the basketball. give themselves some chances to score here in the second half. Here's that pressure again, 1-2-2.
Creighton shooting 48% from the floor. They came in as a team shooting 46%. With that big victory over number 21 Nebraska after a loss at Kansas State. Number 10 in the country. Here's Lauren Jensen, pull up free throw line. You got to get a hand in her face. She will pick you apart all afternoon. Lauren Jensen with 16 now.
Yeah, she's starting to show really why she's a WNBA prospect. And another turnover for the Musketeers. That one off of Purvis. I talked to Jim Flannery about her prospects, and he mentioned he thinks that both she and Morgan Molly have a chance of being drafted into the WNBA in April.
Jalen Agnew was drafted out of the Creighton Blue Jays camp a couple of seasons ago. Hard-nosed defender and scorer for the Blue Jays. That's a beautiful look inside. Mallory Brick gonna lay that in.
Creighton's such a tremendous cutting team. They get that ball into the middle of the floor, and then the right player just knows how to make a decision, cut to the basket.
Continuity coming into play. That was the third assist for Mogensen. 3 from the corner for Lauren Christie, well off the mark. Not going to be corralled by Molly Mogensen. Here's Jensen. Ball fakes, goes inside. Little stutter step right to the rim. 4 straight for Lauren Jensen.
Yeah, she's starting to take over now. 18 in the game and a timeout by Billy Chambers.
And Billy Chambers sensing that early momentum here for Creighton, picking up right where they left off, outscoring the Musketeers 21-7 in the second quarter. They're off to a 6-0 start here in the third. Opening game of the Big East women's basketball season. Creighton with a comfortable 48-19 lead over the Xavier Musketeers here in Cincinnati. Big East Player of the Week. Rich, this shouldn't shock you. It is Paige Beckers, the redshirt senior from the Connecticut Huskies. She averaged 26 points, 3.5 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. Shot 66.7% and 56% from the free throw line. 23 points and 6 assists in 29 minutes against Oregon State in the victory. And she was the Baha-Mar Women's Championship MVP, tied a season high with 29 points. They knocked off Ole Miss 73-60. And Morgan Molly, part of the Creighton squad on the honor roll here this week, joined by Jory Allen, the veteran from DePaul, Kelsey Ransom, the great player from Georgetown, led them to the conference final last year. Skylar Forbes, a newcomer from Marquette, and Faith Masonius from Seton Hall, transfer in from Maryland, making an early impact for the Pirates.
Morgan Molly was on that Emerald Coast Classic All tournament team. Creighton 3-0 last week. She averaged almost 20 a game last week, 62% from the floor, 10 out of 14 from 3 last week. Morgan Molly really playing well, that two-headed monster with Lauren Jensen. And what can you say about Paige Beckers and the season that she's had? We talk about shooting the ball well. Wow, the foul. Looks like Christie was pushed down. Paige Becker's 63% from the field.
Yeah, and the scary part is they were injured a lot last year, kind of relied on Aaliyah Edwards inside, had a core of maybe about 5 or 6 that they were able to play. That rotation's now up to at least 9 for Gino Auriemma. Ice Brady coming along in the post for the Connecticut Huskies to start this season. AZ Fudd now into the starting rotation yet again.
Yep. Sarah Strong has really come on.
Sarah Strong, great
freshman.
start. #1 recruit in the country, and UConn going to be a handful and a little bit more for the Big East this season. #2 in the country. Had a big win last night against Holy Cross. Ball kicked into the backcourt, and they will give it to the Blue Jays. A backcourt violation there for the Musketeers. Ball in for Mogensen. Keani Lockett controls in front of Purvis.
Xavier still begging Mallory Brake to shoot it.
Brake kicks out. Jensen kicks out. That was Brake. Got it back. Wing for Mogensen. Lockett with 3 on the shot clock. Puts up a 3. Why not? That one down for Keani Lockett, her second 3 of the game.
Yeah, she had one early going of the first half, and her second, she's really done a nice job distributing the ball. 4 assists for the Blue Jays today.
9-0 run in 3 minutes now for the Creighton Blue Jays to start this second half. Lauren Christie recovers a deflection. Here she's trying to establish something offensively, and that'll be a foul inside on Molly Mogensen.
Yeah, Mogensen put 2 hands there.
Third for Mogensen in the ball game. Second for Creighton here in the quarter. Irene Oria off to the left wing for Taylor Purvis. 13 to shoot. Christie looking for some help. Has Julia Garcia-Raj coming downhill. Garcia-Raj gets that shot up. It was nearly blocked down there by Morgan Mully. But that stops the 9-0 run for the Blue Jays.
Nice finish with that left hand by Raj. This looks more like a traditional 2-2-1 now. Pressure from Xavier. Mixing up their zone pressure looks.
Lockett controls. Sam Jensen cutting inside. Mogensen. Jensen with 7 to shoot. Jensen going to get to the free throw line. Little step back, and that's good for Lauren Jensen.
Boy, Jensen got to her spot, and Christie rotated over to try to contest, just right over Christie's long arms.
20 points now for Lauren Jensen. That's her 5th 20-point game of this season in game number 8. Jensen was the USBWA National Team of the Week member and the Big East Player of the Week. That was November the 18th through November the 24th. Lauren Jensen scored 19 of her 31 points in the first half and 6 straight from the free throw line. As the Blue Jays knocked off number 21 Nebraska.
It's a nice move by Lauren Christie. You mentioned Jensen. She also, Naismith preseason watch, 2 other players in the Big East Conference on that preseason watch list. Pretty good list. Paige Beckers and AZ Fudd.
So 3 away from the corner. That one short for Kennedy Townsend. Contact on the rebound. Ashanique Mayo checking back in here for the Xavier Musketeers. Says Xavier will get the ball back. 30-point lead here for the Creighton Blue Jays. Creighton's largest lead was 32. That was just about 55 seconds ago. Mayo trying to go inside. They will call a reach-in foul there on Brooke Luttrell. Luttrell thought she had a held ball.
Mayo just nowhere to go that time. Should have looked to kick it, throw it to her in the high post here. Raj is open as her defender came over to help.
Actually, they called that one on Mogensen, so that's Mogensen's fourth. 3 there for Taylor Purvis, who's lighting up from outside today for the Musketeers. Purvis's third 3. And in transition, Creighton answers right back. Luttrell with a nice layup as Creighton got down the floor quickly.
Creighton's really done a nice job against Xavier's pressure. Again, Xavier has really done a nice job turning teams over this year as Raj hits a 3.
Xavier's starting to get hot from outside here. 2 for 3 from three-point range here in the third quarter. We're seeing Raj up to 7 points for the Musketeers. Ball inside Mogensen, easy shot, wide open lane for her. Good action there for the Blue Jays.
Nice curl cut by Mogensen. Lack of communication defensively by the Musketeers.
Mogensen now with 6. Four minutes to go here in our third quarter. This will be a held ball, and it will stay with the Musketeers. Brings up a timeout on the floor. The Creighton Blue Jays. It's on the pull away from the Xavier Musketeers. Comfortably ahead, 57-29, 3:56 to go in the third. 3 away there for the Blue Jays and Keani Lockett. Everybody getting into the act.
West Virginia. B.J. Raymond made 2 shots, a 3-pointer on the right wing on a pass that came from the other side of the court on an inbounds play. Then he had a shot, which, big photograph of it, where B.J. Raymond was open at the top of the key. Well, B.J. gets open, and you can see him start to coil for the shot.
Because you know I want to, but don't make me, because it will turn into Mamba mentality out here.
You said, what did you say at the time?
I said, do it, BJ, do it.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
That's your go-to, it looks like.
oh yeah. I mean, that looks like that's chicken dinner right there. That's
Look at
winner.
Joe Sunderman over here.
He's excited.
Joe
I think
Sunderman.
this is the shot against West Virginia to go to the Elite Eight.
Xavier beats West Virginia, and they advance to the Elite Eight. I actually have a photograph in my office at home of Byron and myself in the background with BJ taking one of those 2 shots.
Your reaction right behind is just iconic.
Onions. A place like Xavier University, with the history and tradition on the court, the academic excellence, and what this place stands for, where we play for the win, we play for the good shot. You know, it's all about the final score. You have to be yourself. The authentic person, who you truly are, stands out. I take the mantle of being the head coach at Xavier very seriously. We're supposed to win.
Mike Schmaltz and Rich Hoyt back with you. Xavier Cintas Center. This is the Big East women's basketball opener. 57-29 Blue Jays here with 3:56 to go in the third. That is a pretty happy group of Blue Jays in that huddle. They're shooting 88% to start this third quarter.
Yeah, you look at the efficiency at the offensive end that the Blue Jays have had all year long, and they're one of the best offensive teams in the country. You look at points per play, they're at an even 1 point per play, which is good for fourth in the NCAA. And the third quarter is really a perfect example. You talk about efficiency, 7 out of 8 from the field for Creighton. No turnovers either. And Xavier's been pretty good offensively in the third quarter. They're 4 out of 5 from the field, but the difference is they have 3 turnovers.
Musketeers are off to a 4 for 5 start here to start this second half. That's good news for Xavier. Xavier had that tough game at Eastern Michigan. The Musketeers in that third quarter went 1 for 10. Ended it with 3 points. So a nice bounce back here today for the Musketeers.
Is that a foul?
It was a foul. It was the 4th against the Creighton Blue Jays.
It looked like I didn't see any official.
And that one went against Keani Lockett.
I didn't see any official point to the scores table identify who it was on unless I missed it.
And Christie inside picks up 2 for the Musketeers. Xavier trying to claw its way back. Skip pass, 3 away for Haran. Went a little too strong off the front of the rim. Rebound down for Christie and off for Mary Canerva. Garcia Raj. Musketeers settle in. 18 to shoot. Purvis passes on a 3 there. Christie. Maybe looking for a cutter, hit it. Knocked away. Now the shot clock down to 6. Purvis trying to get a screen. Reverse. Snuffed out by Brooke Luttrell.
Xavier's pace offensively is just slowed down.
Three away for Luttrell off the back iron.
Luttrell is really an interesting story, a grad transfer from Central Missouri. She started every game in her career at Central Missouri, scored over 2,000 points, a little bit different role here at Creighton.
Came up with a steal there, missed one from the block extended. Blue Jays battling for the rebound, and Jim Flannery comes up with a timeout with 2:18 to go here in the third.
Now you can see this, the battle. Purvis needs some help there. She's the only Musketeer battling for that rebound.
Oh, Keani Lockett called that timeout. Heads up play there for the junior.
Yeah, they gave that to Creighton.
So 57-31. Creighton Blue Jays continue a quick start to this season. We're going to look at what's coming up for them. Northern Iowa, it's not getting easier, but they do get a little break here. They're going to go out on the 7th to play Northern Iowa. They're back to play Green Bay. So that's 7 days in there is going to be a well-deserved rest for this Creighton squad.
Well, yeah, they get a little bit of a rest there, but you look at the rest of the month of December, you got Wyoming at home, and then you go to UCLA, who's #1 ranked team in the country, and then Joe Tartamello doing a nice job as usual at St. John's this year, back in the Big East play at the end of December.
There's Jim Flannery, aggressive scheduler. We talked to him in the previous season. He said, you know, if we're going to make some of these road trips, we want to at least have 2 games out of it. So he went down to Destin, Florida there, got a couple. Didn't pick one up on the way back from Oklahoma, however, between that and this. But this is the opening conference game of this new season. A little appetizer here for what Creighton's got coming down the road. For these teams with some non-conference business left, Musketeers will travel up to Bowling Green State on Saturday, then get a break before they play the Cincinnati Bearcats.
Yeah, Cincinnati's got a nice team as well. Lauren Christie's been on the floor a lot this morning / afternoon. Creighton's done a nice job of just giving her a lot of attention and making things uncomfortable, and inevitably she's been on the floor battling for those loose balls.
Christie knocks that first one in. Came into today 58% from the line. That was her first free throw. Xavier's leading scorer with 11. Christie can be a real asset for this Musketeer team. Mentioned the length that Musketeers really didn't have in the previous seasons.
Yeah, it's a great environment today.
Jensen. Drive here for Allison Heathcock, and Heathcock picks up a foul on the floor.
Heathcock, a rare freshman that's in the rotation for Creighton.
4,200 grade school, middle school kids on hand here today. They have started the wave in Cintas Center. Canerva, strong, trying to go coast to coast, left a layup short. The rebound was off for Allison Heathcock.
Well, Billy Chambers has talked about wanting Canerva to be aggressive, and that was, I think, a good example of her being aggressive.
Jensen trying to give that up to Gentry, a little too strong.
Yeah, uncharacteristic pass by Jensen.
Jensen turns it over for the second time personally today. Just a little too high of a bounce, but hey, Elizabeth Gentry, 6'3". Coach, I'm just trying to get it up to her letters. Give her a nice, easy shot. Musketeers work with Daniela Lopez and Ajanique Mayo. Good look at 3 off the back iron. Keani Lockett scrambles up a rebound. That's Lockett's 4th board. Drive inside here for Morgan. Molly, nice left-hander off the glass.
Creighton's getting a lot of opportunities around the basket here in this third quarter.
Ball inside, Lauren Christie trying to bore her way in against Elizabeth Gentry. Picks up the foul, and that'll be 2 shots again for Lauren Christie.
You know, I think one thing that Xavier has done well is they've been aggressive offensively, and they put Creighton, the team who doesn't foul a lot, put them into the bonus quite a bit this morning and afternoon.
Still morning in Omaha.
It is.
Shot for Lauren Christie from the free throw line. 2 for 4 today. Actually 2 for 5 now. But that's the kind of play that they want more out of Lauren Christie. Driving inside, get that contact. She's a good free throw shooter. It also gives the Musketeers a little bit of a rest in it, even where Creighton's taking advantage in transition. Fast break point 7-0 in favor of Creighton, and I think it's kind of technically more than that. I don't know how you define a fast break, but Creighton's been excellent in transition today. 3 away there, no good for Heathcock. Rebound off and running with Julia Garcia-Raj. Overshoots Ajanique Mayo. And Rich, those are the kinds of passes that you're down big in a ball game. That's where you can work on stuff like that. But now we're year 2. Garcia-Raj has had several minutes. She's played with Ajanique Mayo. And those mistakes are the frustrating ones for the Musketeers.
Yeah, you gotta watch that one on film. You gotta learn from it. Make sure it doesn't happen again.
Gentry gets it across midcourt, hounded there by Lauren Christie. Off for Lockett, and now for Lauren Jensen. Shot clock is off. Creighton will have a chance at the last shot. Jensen going into traffic, off the glass. It's good. She'll go to the free throw line.
What Jim Flannery was calling out is end of quarter play there. Just a high ball screen action for Lauren Jensen, and it looks pretty good when you got one of the best players in the Big East Conference attacking the basket.
Coach Flannery emphatically calling out that last play. Saw that ball stall there against the full court pressure, and that pulled him off the bench. And then Lauren Jensen delivers with her versatility. Jensen now with 22 for the afternoon. She is 3 for 3 from the free throw line now, as Creighton extends this lead 62-34. Last shot potential here for the Musketeers. Renee Oriole gives it up for Canerva. Going to try a long 3, trying to get a foul. That shot well off the mark. And Creighton 10 minutes away from winning its Big East Conference opener here in Cincinnati. 62-34. We're off to the 4th when we come back. Back at Xavier Cintas Center, the Creighton Blue Jays leading 62-34. We're about ready to start quarter number 4. Here's what's coming up for the Xavier Musketeers. They trip up north to Bowling Green State University and on the 7th. And Xavier get a nice break in there before they face the crosstown rival Cincinnati Bearcats. Then Temple and Cal and or Fordham will be the opponents in a multi-team event. And that is out in California and Berkeley. Musketeers will get an 11 p.m. Eastern start against Temple, and that second game against Cal or Fordham, a 6 p.m. or a 9 p.m. Eastern start. Those are on the 21st and 22nd, and then back into conference play for the remainder of the campaign. And the Georgetown Hoyas showing up here on a Monday right before the new year.
Georgetown coming off a couple wins this past week, and they've played a couple common opponents with Xavier. They've beaten Temple 65-61 this season, and then they lost to Cincinnati in a close game, 59-57.
Well, Christie with a nice block there. Turnover here for the Musketeers to start quarter number 4. So Temple and Fordham, almost something you would want to play maybe in Philadelphia or New York and have a little A-10 throwback weekend for the Musketeers. Great run through the Atlantic 10 before joining the Big East. Kevin McGuff guided that club. Mike Neighbors, now the head coach at Arkansas. Kevin McGuff went on to coach 2 of the all-time leading scorers in women's basketball. Kelsey Plum and Kelsey Mitchell here from Princeton High School in Cincinnati. Kenzie Gibbons on the Musketeer roster, a product of Princeton.
Kevin's got a nice team again at Columbus this season.
Good turnaround there. Creighton looking for its first points here of the quarter. And a rare turnover there as Mallory Brake fires one out of bounds.
Creighton's had a few of those today. They're just throwing it out of bounds.
It's 11:30 in the morning, sir, in Omaha.
I don't think Jim Flannery is allowing that excuse.
You know, on a golf course, you call that a breakfast bowl and get a reset. Here's Irene Oreo for a 3. It's her first points of the afternoon. Three off the mark there for Sydney Galladay. So Creighton out there with Molly Mogensen, Sydney Galladay, Kennedy Townsend, Mallory Brake, and Morgan Molly. Lauren Jensen getting a rest here. And a well-deserved one at that. Volley for Mogensen. Kick out. Good look at a 3 here for Townsend, and she drains it. Kennedy Townsend gets her second 3 of the afternoon.
Pretty basketball. Nice back cut. Help
Nerva
comes.
driving hard. Can't get the layup to go, but picks up the foul.
Another straight line drive that Canerva has been able to take advantage of and get to the basket and gets a couple free throws out of it.
You were talking about Kevin McGuff and his daughter Kylan now in the Big East at Butler, transferred in from Belmont. And Kira McGuff is on the Bowling Green State roster. Kylan McGuff, time for the Big East lead in double doubles heading into this week with 3.
Having a pretty solid season. Dad's got to be proud.
Canerva converts there from the free throw line. You know, one of Kevin McGuff's skills was he could sit on the sideline in a chair, probably from where he would coach, and make a shot from the sideline, from a seated position.
Well, I've had coaches of Kevin's tell me before that Kevin was known for his defense. Not as much the offensive prowess.
Well,
I don't know.
He was long. There's Morgan Molly into the lane for a stick back. Canerva controls here for the Musketeers. Ball going inside. Lauren Christie, nice step through.
Nice move by Christie.
Christie now with 17 points to lead the Musketeers. Second straight 17-point game for Christie.
That's pretty.
Ball inside and another good look for the Blue Jays.
Nice pin down, curl, throwback. Really good action for Creighton.
Mallory Brake picking up her 17th. Ball inside, Christie again, give her 19. That'll tie a career best, had 19 against Kent State. Those are the types of plays that the Musketeers are looking for more. Xavier with 13 threes today out of 41 field goal attempts. They'd like to see more inside first looks.
I think Christie was 3 for 9 at one point. She's 5 out of her last 6.
Good three there for Morgan. Molly drained it from deep. Creighton 72-43, and a timeout here for the Xavier Musketeers. 6:36 to go in the ball game. Creighton 4 for its last 4. But the Musketeers hanging tough here in quarter number 4. Xavier trying to climb back into it. 72-43, Blue Jays.
What is it?
The bus is leaving in 5 minutes.
All right, fine, I'll be out in a second.
You scared the gigabytes out of me.
I scared you.
The future isn't scary. Not investing in it is. 100 innovative companies, 1 ETF.
I think I might have oiled myself.
Before investing, carefully read and consider fund investment objectives, risks, charges, expenses, and more in prospectus at Invesco.com.
To run from it, or, let's not talk about the tournament. Why? You have to be fearless. This is about making a tournament.
Next section. A total commitment by everybody. A total commitment by everybody. Trying to be a part of something that's bigger than yourself. All in.
Opening game of the Big East Women's Conference and Big East Women's Basketball all season long. Brought to you by Invesco QQQ, the official ETF of the Big East Conference. 72-43. Creighton would be a fantastic investment here today. So they've got the lead with 6:36 to go. Here's the Invesco QQQ scoreboard from around the league. See some non-conference action coming up later today. Providence at Rhode Island in the Battle of Rhode Island. Georgetown and Richmond over there near the district, and DePaul taking on Northwestern in a little crosstown battle there in Chicago.
All those are geographically close located, and a little rivalry night in the Big East non-conference action tonight.
Well, I challenge any of them to match the atmosphere here today.
Yeah.
4,200 students on hand. We've seen the wave. We've heard a lot of noise, similar to what may be a Taylor Swift concert, but certainly smaller in stature, but it sounds a lot bigger. Great crowd here today, and we're being entertained by the Creighton Blue Jays and Xavier Musketeers.
I would expect a nice crowd for the Cincinnati game coming up in a week and a half as well.
Should be a good one. Ball goes inside, and Daniela Lopez fouled. She'll go to the free throw line. Lopez, a 6-point scorer so far this season, a couple of rebounds, 46% from the floor. Shoots 67% from the free throw, actually 27% from the free throw line. He's 3 of 11. If you look at Daniela Lopez's shot, it's a unique rotation. It almost rotates sideways. instead of over the top is what you'd see. So in baseball, this will be a breaking pitch, if you will, instead of the rising fastball.
Oh, I've seen every baseball pitch in the book in terms of shooting throughout my career. Knuckleballs and you name it. Spitballs.
Well, no matter how it's spinning for Daniela Lopez, it works a heck of a lot better than mine. That is a shot there for Julia Garcia-Raj in transition, stealing the score. Garcia-Raj battling away for the Musketeers.
Doesn't matter which way it rotates as long as it goes in.
Heathcock gives it up. Drive here for Townsend. She'll throw out of that. Ball stolen there by Ajanique Mayo from Luttrell.
You know, Mike, I thought Xavier's energy was really good early on in the game. And I think Creighton's kind of taken their will a little bit. Just the efficiency at the offensive end that they show.
Lopez comes up short. Rebound down there for Brooke Luttrell. James Flannery able to extend his depth here a bit. Top of the key. Three. Good there for Molly Mogensen.
Molly Mogensen, just another one of those veterans. Regular starter the last 3 years. 5-year player. Just solid.
That continuity really showed here, particularly in the second quarter, when Creighton was able to outscore the Musketeers 21-7. Step through here for Raj, too strong. Rebound out for Mogensen. Corner three is away there for Heathcock. That one short. Mayo away with a Xavier rebound. Mayo pull up block there by Heathcock, and it comes out of there with Mogensen.
Just nothing there for Mayo.
And to the Musketeers' credit here, down 75-47 with 4 minutes to go. The body language has been good. The energy's still there. That's a three off the front of the rim and in for Heathcock.
Well, Heathcock, she's been getting some more minutes, the freshman out of Edmond, Oklahoma. She had just 12 minutes her first 4 games, didn't play 1 game, and then 41 minutes the last 3 coming into today. That minute total will continue to increase after today.
It's her first 3 of the season. Good length there for Heathcock. It's 6'1". Borlova passes out of a double team. Mayo not looking for the basketball. It's turned over. Jamie Horan comes up with it. And Creighton back to the attack. Ball off the backboard. Nice cleanup inside by Jamie Horan for the putback two.
Horan, another graduate student out of Omaha. Played in all 7 games off the bench today. One of 7 5-year players for Jim Flannery's team.
3:28 to go, and Musketeers will bring Lauren Christie, Mary Canerva, and Renee Oreo back. Creighton substitutes as well. 8-0 Creighton run here. Creighton to 80 points for the 3rd straight game. Season best was 91. They scored down against Wichita State, 91-63, the victory in that Emerald Classic down there in Destin, Florida. 3 away for Daniela Lopez is short. The rebound pulled out of there by Kiani Lockett. 3 away for Luttrell short. Galladay battling for the rebound. Luttrell gets a piece of the action. It is a held ball, and it comes back to the Musketeers.
Creighton has now attempted 29 three-pointers on the day. Almost at their average of 38%, 39% their average on the season. They're at 38%. They've made 11 of them.
A little more than half of their field goal attempts from 3 today. 58 so far. Lucia Martinez Lopez in for the Musketeers. 6'1" freshman, one of 4 Spaniards on this Xavier roster.
Contrast the three-point shooting with Xavier. Xavier's only made 5 today. They're 5 out of 14. And above their season average, though, shooting almost 36% from 3.
Vivian Niazmich also out for the Musketeers. Martinez Lopez knocks one in for the mid-range.
Good looking stroke.
A chance here for some quality minutes for the Musketeer bench as well. Going to earn some more playing time here. Chance to battle here against the Creighton Blue Jays, pick number 2 in the Big East preseason poll behind Connecticut. Gentry driving inside, steps through, contact, no whistle, and that'll be 2. Gentry's first 2 of the afternoon. Morning in Omaha. Still morning in Omaha, by the way.
Still. I think it's going to be morning.
I think it's going to be morning when we end.
Yeah.
Reverse there for Lauren Christie. It's up and good. So Christie now to a career best 21 points here for the Musketeers, 9 of 16.
I think this Creighton women's team is going to get back to Omaha in time for the big men's game in Omaha tonight. Blue Jays hosting the Kansas Jayhawks.
Gentry missed on a 3. Now, if you get back, do you go to class? If you got a couple classes left in your day?
Well, I think only if it's a
technically you could be there by 2 o'clock Central Time.
No, they're not going to get back that soon.
You don't
By
think
the time
so?
they get to the airport and hop on the plane and hop off. No,
you don't think Air Flannery can get there?
that
quickly?
Unless somebody has an evening class, I don't think anybody's going to class today.
Well, there's no evening classes because you're playing Kansas at home.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's not happening. Oreo on the inbound. Wing there for Niasmic. So we approach a minute to play. Creighton will open up its season in the Big East with a nice road victory. Niasmic from Oreo. Contact on the rebound. And a foul against the Blue Jays.
Xavier continuing to cross the boards and compete. It's always a sign of competing when you're still trying to get offensive rebound late in the game.
That foul against Sydney Galladay, and that'll put the Musketeers at the line the remainder minute and 9 seconds. Billy Chambers continuing to coach him up over there on the Musketeer bench.
Let me ask you, Mike. I mean, we're going to sign off a little around 1 o'clock. Are you going back to work today?
I do. I've got a meeting at 1:30 that will likely be late for. And then the opening holiday reception of the season comes a little bit after that. And that's going to be fantastic. Niasmic knocks that in from the free throw line.
That's a long list of your holiday social events.
Well, you can't have a lot unless you start early. So we're getting after it here on December the 4th. Niasmic misses. Nice save in there by Oreo.
Sure, there's punch and Christmas cookies involved.
Absolutely. I'm a punch bowl guy right there. First one in. Martinez Lopez hands it back for Daniela Lopez. Lopez drives in. Good strong bucket off the left block. Latrell going to get her shoes resituated here for the final 50 seconds. Ball across for Latrell. Galladay. Beat the shoot. Good look at a 3. That one just short for Heathcock. Loose ball rebound picked up by Creighton, and now Creighton can pretty well expire the clock. Game clock, shot clock, a 1 second difference. So Keani Lockett going to dribble out this clock here for the Creighton Blue Jays. Continuing to work some offense here. Latrell turns it over to Garcia Raj. Like to shot away, she will. It's well short, and the Creighton Blue Jays have come on the road. They've extended their Big East opening record to 9-3 here this afternoon. They pick up their 5th straight in their 5th game in 13 days, 82-54 over the Xavier Musketeers. Back with more here from Cintas Center after this.
I'm from Boston, Massachusetts.
Milano, Italy.
Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
St. Louis, Missouri.
Abuja, Nigeria.
And I chose
I chose Xavier University
for its education, more opportunities.
for passion.
Because it felt like home. The community. Campus life.
D1 basketball.
Because I love Cincinnati.
I came here
To be a musketeer. I am.
I am.
I am.
And we are the faces of Xavier.
With steady wings, Blue Jays fly. With bright minds and curious hearts, they discover their path and soar to new heights. They uncover new research and explore new horizons. At Creighton University, Blue Jays find their perch side by side and take flight, ready to lead the world around them.
Back at Xavier Cintas Center, opening game of the Big East Women's Basketball Conference schedule today, and the Creighton Blue Jays come out with an 82-54 victory over the Xavier Musketeers here in Cincinnati. Mike Schmaltz, Rich Hoyt. We're now joined by Jim Flannery, the head coach of the Blue Jays. Been a kind of a torrid run here for you. This is your 5th game in 13 days. You pick up win number 6, now 5 in a row. How's the travel been just getting to this point?
Well, fortunately, we're in a situation where we charter more than we've ever chartered, because we were at Tulsa on Sunday, and we're right before that we were in Florida. But this is a tough week. Yeah, we went road Sunday, road Wednesday, and then we go on the road to Northern Iowa Saturday. So 3 road games. It helps to have a veteran team, right? I mean, you trust their maturity. You trust that they can prep a little bit quicker than a younger team can, and that they're going to take care of themselves. We told them even before Tulsa, I said, this next stretch, you're going to have to get sleep before you think you need it, and eat the right way, and do all those recovery things that are really important these days.
By the way, it's still not noon in Omaha, so you're still in the morning. So if you can do
your
your morning routine,
you're right.
You still got a chance for a donut here maybe after this game. But talk about a little bit of a slow start for you, but the continuity really showed as that second quarter progressed. You outscored Xavier 21-7.
Yeah, I thought their press was it just got us out of rhythm. I thought in the first quarter, especially the first 6-7 minutes, we didn't do a good job of reversing the ball out of the press. We talked about, you got to break the press, and then you've got to convert on 4-on-3s and 3-on-2s, and we wouldn't look opposite. I thought we kept the ball on the same side out of the press, and once we did a better job of moving it, like you said, I thought, our experience showed. And, Mallory Brake has had another I mean, she likes the Cintas Center. She had 17 last year here and equaled her career high. But she got us going again, and, Lauren was obviously good. But, our ball movement got better, I thought, after that first 6-7 minutes.
Yeah, I think, Coach, as you settled in that first quarter, Mallory kind of held things together, especially offensively for you. Once you started to figure out kind of how Xavier was going to guard her, she did a great job. I thought she played well at the defensive end as well, and made things difficult around the basket for Christy.
Yeah, she does. I mean, that's her strength. I mean, we've gotten some offense out of her, but she's on the floor because she's a good decision maker, and she really gives us some high-level versatility defensively. She's a playmaker there, her length. Christy got going in the second half. I thought we did a good job on her in the first half, and I thought she'd be more tired in the second half, and she ended up 6 for 7 in the second half, so credit to her. But, I thought Mal really gave us a lift, and, I thought they did a good job on Morgan. for the most part. She got loose a little bit in the second half, but we need somebody other than just Morgan and Molly to score it, and I thought we had contributions from a lot of people.
On that, you got your bench into the game a little bit here in the second half. Some meaningful minutes for them. What'd you see out of your reserves?
Usually good and bad.
Yeah. You'll have that.
2 good plays, and then I'm like, oh, okay. But it's good. It's good. Like you said, it's game experience. I mean, as much as it helps them to practice every day against the group that we have, there's still something different about putting a uniform on and having the butterflies that you have when you put a uniform on and playing in front of several thousand screaming kids. So anytime we can get them minutes is really good.
All right, Coach, congratulations. Go get some rest. Enjoy what's left of your morning. I think there's a couple minutes left right now.
Yeah, okay. Sounds good. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Rich.
That is Jim Planner with his thoughts on today's victory for the Creighton Blue Jays. 82-54. Creighton scores 80 points for the second straight game. And for Rich Hoyt and our Overshaft production crew, led today by Jason Dudley. I'm Mike Schmaltz. Thanks for watching the Big East opener here on Flow Sports and the Big East Digital Network. Brought to you by Invesco QQQ. Big day today for the Creighton Blue Jays. They're out to a 1-0 start in Big East play.